Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, this is another DC related video. Now, about a week ago or so, I posted my Gotham Knights, first impressions video where I had some gameplay. Now look, just out of the way, you're seeing me. I can't actually record the game. It's on Xbox Series X. And as you guys know, recording on that right now with my budget is kind of not too good. It just kind of bricks the console, so I'm not doing that, so you're going to be seeing me. And I figured I wouldn't show any gameplay because I did that last time. I'll switch things up. So, this is going to be my full-on review of Gotham Knights. I'm not going to spoil the story. If you haven't played that, go play the story, but I'm not going to spoil anything regarding that. But just so that you guys know, I am on Series X. So, I recently just, quote-unquote, finished the game. Now, I didn't 100% the entire thing. I didn't get every collectible, every batarang, every little, little landmarks you have to scan, the AR scan, and find them. All that stuff is kind of useless to me. It doesn't really tell you where to effing find them, and we'll get to that. So, the collectibles I didn't really touch on. I did finish the main campaign. I unlocked New Game Plus. Haven't done that yet. I have a stack of games this big to get through, so it's going to take a while, but yeah, I did finish the main story pretty good. In terms of the main campaign, though, it's passable. You know what I mean? It's not amazing. It's not a beautifully well done, narrative, but Batman's dead, and Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Hood, they kind of have to all, and Alfred, I guess, deal with the loss of, Batman, Bruce Wayne, and how do they kind of, go throughout Gotham and just defeat all these criminals and do all that stuff with Harley Quinn and whatever. So there's a lot of really cool things with, I think Mr. Freeze was seen in one of the trailers. So there's villains. And there's some good stuff in there. However, there's a lot of these little moments where you're like, okay, this is kind of cringy. This is kind of weird. I mentioned it in my other, half review where, this is, you go into the Belfry during these cutscenes, or during the campaign, you go back to the Belfry, which is like your main hideout where it's, sunny, it's daytime, and the open world is always set at night, which makes sense. But, you go to the Belfry and it's daytime like it is now. You can't see it, but it's daytime. And basically, you have these little cutscenes where, no matter who you're playing as, you can essentially go to these locations in the Belfry, whether that be the balcony, or the frickin' fridge, or the punching arena, or the gaming section, the Bat Cycle, where you can customize the Bat Cycle skin. There's a lot of things you can do there. And there's some, as I mentioned before, I'm not going to be too crazy on it, as, like I said, I talked about it in the other video, but there's these little interactive cutscenes where you can play as, whoever and interact with the different environments. And you go there, and they play this really, soothing and smooth and almost sad and depressing music, because, Bruce is dead, and they're trying to cope with that. And that's probably one of the biggest negatives and biggest strengths in the game. Negative in a sense that it can get kind of corny and cheesy because, Alfred, his dialogue doesn't really change. It stays the same, but the character you're playing as, their thing changes, so it's really awkward, and they play this is really weird music. Red Hood or Nightwing, oh, my arm, and he drops a spoon, and Alfred's like, ding, dong, dong. It's just kind of weird. It's a little wonky when you have it like that. But when it does work, which isn't all the time, but when it does, it is very heartfelt. It's, I'm a massive DC fan, but I wasn't expecting this, Look, the Arkham games are effing great. The Lego DC games are fantastic. But at the same time, none of those games, except for a few moments in the Arkham series, really hit home in terms of the, emotion feels. And this game hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't cry, obviously, but, it is an emotional DC game. How they connect and how they kind of bond together and, how they kind of go on with the fact that Batman is, dead. It's good, and it can be handled in a weird way sometimes, but overall I think it's handled pretty well, especially with the music and the way they have these cutscenes, but sometimes a little wonky. As far as other negatives, they gotta have the gay flag, gotta have the Robin, oh, I'm gonna go out with my boyfriend, they gotta have that in there. It literally has nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just there, and they specifically make that freaking flag in your face every cutscene in the Belfry to look, it's there. Again, as a straight dude, I'm not playing the game for that kind of representation. If you're whatever way, whatever, just don't shove it in my face. This is another, I don't want to say it's a woke game because it's not that bad, but again, it can be a little bit awkward when you're having this really heart-to-heart conversation and there's a transgender flag or whatever the hell flying in the background. It's like, okay, I get it, but can I focus on the story? It's literally in your face. So it's kind of wonky, but overall, as far as the political correctness of the world, the crap world we live in regarding all this stuff, I do think, yeah, look, it's there. It's like Ninjago, you know what I mean? That scene with Sally. It's there. It has nothing to do with anything. It's completely cringeworthy, and then you move on. But I'm not going to obviously mention that as a negative. It's just, in the woke world we live in, everything has to tick a box, and this ticked a few boxes. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not there for that. If you are, I don't know why you're playing a DC game, but whatever. So it's there. I got used to it, but it is a little bit cringeworthy and a little kind of corny at times when it's just, oh look, we're there. But anyway, I do think besides that, again, not an actual negative, I had to point it out because someone's going to ask, oh, where's the woke stuff, or, whatever. But it's, I don't know. It's hard to talk about this stuff because then, like Hogwarts Legacy, if you say you buy Hogwarts Legacy, you're effing this and you're that and you're this and you're this. Look, I'm a straight dude. I'm playing DC games. Not for that. And it's there. Bit cringy. So other than that, I would say that the biggest negative, other than the cutscene weirdness sometimes, is of course the frame rate. So I'm playing this, as you guys saw, on an Xbox Series X, a $500 machine that is up there with a pretty substantially built PC, I would think. It's one of the biggest and best consoles that you can afford and get today. Why is this game lagging so hard? I don't know. Now, when I say lag, I don't mean sometimes you'll be on the bat cycle throughout the open world. It'll lag for 1 second. Whatever, Or you're flying around as Nightwing in his little Fortnite glider. Whatever, I don't like it, and that has to be addressed. Because, look, if you market your title off of 30 FPS only for an Xbox Series X console, where you're competing with games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or Watch Dogs Legion, or Cyberpunk, or freaking Call of Duty Vanguard, and other games that have 60 FPS options. I don't know why I picked those, but you know what I mean. It is kind of weird to have this be stuck at 30. Now, their excuse was, oh, it's an online world, and I call that unoptimization and a BS excuse. Just lower the resolution. I don't know. I'm not a game dev. I don't do coding. All right, I'm not Thomas Anderson from Matrix 4, but at the same time, I think it can be done. All right, it's not that big of a game. Now, in terms of the frame rate, as I was mentioning, the stuff with the glider and the bat cycle, 1 or 2 dips I can handle. But when it comes to the actual big issue of the game, this is by far the worst thing in the entire game. It's the frame rate when you're playing certain sections. And what do I mean by that? Well, it was in, I linked it in one of my other videos. I talked about it, and you saw it before, I think. But I'll try to link it in this video's description as well if I can, if I find it. But there were certain moments when I was playing as Batgirl and Nightwing where you were in an alley, kind of a condensed, smaller alley. And when I say it lags, I mean it went from a pretty consistent 30 to about 4 to 1 FPS. I'm not exaggerating. This isn't hyperbole. This is legitimately what I think. Now, look, did I have an FPS counter? No. But my eyes and my brain were telling me this is below 2 to 3 FPS. This was like a PowerPoint slideshow. It was literally like Just Cause 3 on the base Xbox One. It went from to this. And it went like this. And I was playing as Batgirl or Nightwing, with these Scrima sticks, and he's going like this. I'm not kidding. It was like a stop-motion slideshow, and I died. And that happened 3 times over the course of the entire campaign. Is it horrible? No. I mean, if you run away and you grapple up to a building, you come back, it'll be mostly fine. But it is there, and that is hands down, I think, the worst lag in my entire life. That was worse than Just Cause 3, worse than the GTA trilogy when it first came out, worse than Cyberjunk. It's just... It was bad, man. It was bad. And again, like I said, if you're marketing your title, this is only 30 FPS, then hopefully your 30 FPS can effing run at 30 FPS. It's not 1. So that was kind of insulting as a $500 gaming person who begged my Papa Bear for some cashola to buy an Xbox Series X. Now I've had a Series X for about a little over a year now or so, a year and a half. And again, it's just weird to play a next-gen AAA $70 purchase on a next-gen console, and it literally runs like a slideshow half the time. It's embarrassing. And who made this? WB Games Montreal, fix your effing game, okay? The Twitter behind this game is completely dead. They're just posting pictures of the giant ladies and Robin beating the crap out of some guy in an alley. I'm pretty sure this game is dead, okay? Which is a shame, because getting those negatives out of the way, this game's effing great. It's fantastic. This is by far the best Gotham City in an open world. It's better than Arkham Knight. It's better than Lego DC Supervillains, only by a little. But it's a fantastic open world of Gotham City. It's freaking amazing. Just playing as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, all on their bikes. You can customize the skins of the characters, the different costumes. You can, customize the Batcycle skin. Again, the crimes. Most of the major crimes don't respond, but the little crimes, like the contracts that you have, you basically meet people throughout the open world. You talk to them, they give you XP, and then you do a mission. That always respawns. So no matter, even if you 100% of the whole game, there will always be something to do. Enemies respawn, missions, little side missions respawn. Of course, you do them, you turn it back into Penguin or Montoya, Detective Montoya. They'll give you XP or whatever. So the replay value's through the friggin' roof. Again, you do have New Game Plus, but for me, just being able to, put on some music or just, play the game normally and just grapple around the city and, fly around or, glide or Red Hood's crazy yipping moon jump thing. I mean, it's fun. And then you're on your Batcycle and you're beating up bad guys and you're leveling up and you're doing these crazy cool moves. It's insane. Replay value is amazing. It's fun as fudge to play. Again, another, I guess, negative I forgot to mention now that I'm talking about the replay value. A lot of the stuff in this game will give you XP. However, once you reach level 30, you can't level up. Now, I didn't have to know that. So I'm doing these missions like, man, look at all the XP I'm getting. Woo! And I'm like, wait, why is my bar not charging? Oh, I didn't know. I Googled it and it said Gotham Knights on playthrough 1, it only caps at 30. So if you want to, like for example, all 4 of my characters, I didn't max out their skill trees. I still had 4, 5, 6 things to do. I only have 1 friggin' point, but I need 2 for each. I'm like, where do I get these points? You know what I mean? I'm doing these missions. I'm not getting any XP. What's going on here? Apparently you have to do New Game Plus, and that raises your XP bar, which is completely asinine and makes no effing sense. It's just an incentive for you to play the game again. Now, look, I will play the game again because it's good and it's fun. But making you replay the game just to get those skill trees 100%ed, kind of a dick move. I'm not gonna lie, kind of a jerk thing to do. But other than that, it's fun. And look, there are some negatives. Again, getting rid of the woke crap. You have the cutscenes that are a bit cringy. You have the lag, which again can sometimes range from whatever to a gigantic slideshow. It has crashed once or twice. Look, the fact that their Twitter doesn't give 2 poops about this is kind of insane as well. They really don't care. They're not, I think they were like, oh, we're doing maintenance for like 8 hours straight. And we're like, oh, cool, update. Nothing happened. So, look, as a solo player of this game, there's a lot of issues with it, but it's still a fun campaign. Pretty good graphics. The cutscenes run at like 10 FPS, so that's not good. So, yeah, look, there's issues. Do I regret paying money for this game and beating it? No, I think this is one of, if not the best open world DC game of all time. It beats the shiz out of Arkham for sure. Now, I love all the Arkham series, all 4 of them. But this game is better in terms of fun factor, replayability, and of course just the open world being so freaking awesome to explore, fighting bad guys. I can look past all that stuff when I'm playing it. The lag or the weird cutscenes or the music choice. If it's a fun game, that's all that really effing matters. Because you buy a video game to have fun. But for a review's sake, I have to point this stuff out. So overall, though, Gotham Knights is a very fun game. I think everyone that is telling you online that it's complete trash and it's garbage and don't buy it, they are clickbaiting you, for sure. Again, I am not biased, but I am a DC fan. That is not in any way saying, oh, I'm a DC fan, so buy the game because it's DC. No, there's issues with the game, all right? It stutters, some weird stuff in there. The woke crap, if you don't like the woke stuff like me, that's kind of cringy. You also have, the crazy, I guess, I don't know how to put it, just lag. I'll put it like that, lag. So, there's little things here and there that, they build up into these, they snowball into these negatives. But overall, again, it's a fun campaign. It has really good controls. Yes, it's not Arkham combat, but I would even argue it's better. I think it's very good controls. And again, a lot of people that didn't play it or didn't like it either didn't play it long enough or didn't play it, period, and they just went on the hate bandwagon. That's how stuff on the internet works nowadays, right? Gotham Knights is trash. I didn't play it, but I'm just going to say it's bad anyway and get those clicks. I played it. I beat the game, essentially. Again, I didn't get every little collectible, whatever, but at this point, I'm essentially all done with the game, because all the stuff I'm doing, it all resets, as I said, and I can't really get any more XP, so there's nothing to level up until I start a new playthrough. in a few months or whatever, whenever I, replay it. But overall, man, Gotham Knights is a great video game for sure. If you're a DC fan, you owe it to yourself to buy it. If you like good open world RPGs, I suggest you buy it as well. Again, it's a nice change of pace from the Arkham and the Lego DC games, which is really cool. It is overly hated, but there are some issues they have to take care of. But I don't see them doing that. So in this stage, after I've beaten it, I'm going to give Gotham Knights for the Xbox Series X a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. I love playing it. It's extremely fun. But again, those little issues like the lag and the weird cutscene things and, whatever, the crashing, the slideshow FPS, that is kind of bringing it down in terms of its score. However, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and again, I love DC, so it's effing cool. You know what I mean? Like, you play Arkham Knight, you play as Batman. You play as this game, you play as people that aren't Batman, and they're all different in their unique animations and play styles and abilities. It's a friggin' blast. So tell me in the comments down below what you thought about Gotham Knights. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, again, and a non-biased, unhate-filled review that is still fair. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I was very looking forward to doing that. I wish I could film it, but I can't. Series X doesn't like me for filming, but I cannot wait to cover more games. I'm going to be getting SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake actually tomorrow, Tuesday. I think this goes out the day before Tuesday. I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Make sure to tell me down below if you have played Gotham Knights what your thoughts are, and I'll see you guys in the next video.